Rewrite the equation of the given line square root of 3 times x plus y minus 8 equals to 0 in the following forms and find the specified parameter. So let's begin with 1. We need to convert the given equation into the slope-intercept form, and we need to determine the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, let us begin with the first part of the problem. So here we have the equation given by square root of 3 times x added to y minus 8 equals to 0. So what we'll do, we're going to keep y on as it is on the left hand side, but we're going to transpose the first term and the third term to the right hand side. So that is going to give us negative square root of 3 times x added to 8. Now what we'll do, when we compare it on comparing with the slope-intercept form, which is given by y equals to m times x plus c, what do we get here? We get the value of m equals to negative square root of 3, and c comes out to be positive 8. Now what is m here? M is nothing but the slope. So slope is negative square root of 3, and then we have c. So c is nothing but the y-intercept. That's going to be the y-intercept, and that comes out to be equals to positive 8. So here for the equation square root of 3x plus y minus 8 equals to 0, we have converted it first into the slope-intercept form. This is the slope-intercept form, and then once we have the slope-intercept form, we can easily define its slope as well as the y-intercept. Then let's that the first part is done. Let's move on to the second part of the problem, where we need to convert the equation into the intercept form and then determine the intercepts on the coordinate axis. Okay, so let us begin with number 2. So here what we'll do to begin with, we're going to keep the first term as it is. So we have square root of 3 multiplied to x plus y, and what we'll do, we're going to transpose the third term, which is negative 8, to the right hand side to get positive 8. Now let's divide throughout with 8 such that we have square root of 3 times x all divided by 8 added to y over 8, and that's going to be equals to 1. Furthermore, what we can do, in the first term we have square root of 3x over 8. So if we divide each of the numerator and the denominator with square root of 3, so that leaves us with only x in the numerator, whereas in the denominator we have 8 over square root of 3 added to y over 8 equals to 1. So here what is this? This is nothing but the intercept form of a line. The intercept form of a line. And in the intercept form, the x-intercept value, we needed to find out these two parameters, the x-intercept and the y-intercept. The x-intercept is going to be the number that's below x, that means in the denominator of the first term, so 8 over square root of 3, and the y-intercept, that is going to be equals to 8. So we have obtained the x as well as the y-intercept for the line given by the equation square root of 3x plus y minus 8 equals to 0. Now let's move on to the third part of the problem. We need to convert the equation into the normal form, and we need to determine the inclination of the perpendicular segment from the origin to the line as well as its length. Okay, let us begin. First, we will consider the general form of a line, which is given by ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Now this is the general form, and if we want to convert it into normal form, then we have already talked about it, then what we'll get here is negative a divided by the square root of a squared plus b squared times x minus b times y divided by square root of a squared plus b squared, and then for c we have negative c over square root of a squared plus b squared equals to 0. So this is going to be the normal form of the line. So here our goal is to determine the inclination of the perpendicular and also the length. So that means here we have to determine alpha as well as the value of p. Okay, first let's do one thing. So here in this equation we'll come to the value of alpha and p in a moment. So here the value of a, so that's equals to square root of 3. So p comes out to be equals to 1, and c value, that's equals to negative 8. Now let's quickly find out the value of a squared plus b squared. So that's going to be equals to 4, which means that if we take the square root of a squared plus b squared, that gives us the value 2. So this equation, which is in the general form, this is the general form of the equation, so we can convert it to the normal form using this particular formula. So we have negative a, so that is negative square root of 3 divided by, we need is square root of a squared plus b squared, that comes out to be 2. This is multiplied to x. Then we have negative b over square root of a squared plus b squared. We have 1 over 2. This is going to be multiplied to y. Then we have negative c over 2. So we have negative 8 divided by 2. That's going to be equals to 0. So let's rearrange that. So we are going to get square root of 3 over 2 times x added to half times y. Then we have negative 4. This is going to be equals to positive 4. Fine. Now we know square root of 3 over 2. This is nothing but cosine of the angle 30 degrees. So we have cosine of 30 degrees times x added to sine 30 degrees times y equals to 4. So what we have here, this is nothing but the normal form of the line. The normal form of the line is given by, we have x times cosine of angle alpha plus y times sine of angle alpha equals to the perpendicular distance p. So that means if we compare this with the equation, then we get alpha value equals to 30 degrees. That is the inclination of the line. And then we have p value that's equals to 4. So this is what we needed to find. The equation of the line is going to be, this is the equation of the line, and the required alpha and p value, that is going to be 30 degree and 4 respectively.